A few weeks ago, Round Rock-based Dell announced workers would not return to the office September 7th as originally planned. Instead, the company will offer some flexibility to workers as this pandemic lingers on. Last Thursday, Apple told employees they could stay home until January. Now more than ever, employees are calling for a hybrid work model, and most companies know a lot of folks have adjusted to life working from home. So how much is it costing you? Local financial professional Nathan Fort from Vital Retirement Planners is here to share the financial pros and cons of working remotely. Nathan, thanks for being here.
Hey, Terry, good to see you.
So we all think it's cheaper, but there are some secret costs from working from home, right?
All right.
Did I lose you, Nathan?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can, yes. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
So we all think it's cheaper for us. We all think it's kind of cheaper for us to be working from home, but are there some secret costs to doing so?
There are. A lot of people are seeing increases in their utility costs and food costs just because they're hanging around the house a little longer than normal. Now, a lot of expenses are due to having to create this home office inside of your home, and people are having to purchase new office equipment. Some are having to purchase computers and phones, or maybe even upgrading their Wi-Fi so they can do their jobs more effectively at home. And all this adds up. One of the big expenses we're seeing in a lot of reports is the expense of relocating. A lot of employers are allowing their employees to work remotely. So the conversation a lot of folks are having is, well, hey, where do I want to live? What kind of climate do I want to live in? And what kind of city do I want to raise my kids in? And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on where you are on the issue, Austin, Texas is at the top of that list. And so we're seeing a lot of folks coming here. But here's the kicker. A lot of employers are not required to reimburse employees for those expenses.
So are we as employees able to write off any of these expenses, like when we file our taxes? I think there's some kind of rule out there now that kind of eliminated that, right?
Yeah, most likely no. For most people, there were some changes in recent tax law. Now, there are some exceptions. If you're self-employed and you're using your home office exclusively for business purposes, there will be opportunities to take some deductions there. Now, one thing non-resident employees need to keep in mind is you should be tracking where you're working and how many days you're working, because there could be some additional taxes you could owe. Now, as usual, for questions like that, we would hope that people would consult a tax professional.
So there's got to be some positive impact on our finances from working from home, right?
Of course, right? We've all heard the adage, time is money. A lot of people are finding themselves with a lot more time than they've had in the past. I'll give you an example. One of our clients had been spending 4 weeks at a time working on an oil rig, had to take a helicopter to get out there, and would come home for a brief time and go back out. He's since made some changes with employment and is now working at home. So this is a completely different lifestyle for him. So a lot of folks are seeing savings in vehicle costs and fuel costs, obviously, for not having to commute like they did before. We're also seeing from a lot of recent surveys a higher priority that people are placing on their finances, saving money.
Speaking of that, I think this whole year has kind of taught us all that maybe we should be doing a better job of doing that. So how do we prioritize that moving forward?
Well, at Vital Retirement Planners, we do believe that everybody should have a financial plan. And a key component of that plan is making sure that you have enough emergency savings in the bank. If you don't, you should start saving at least a little bit every month to build that up. We see the emergency savings as kind of like a shoulder on the highway, right? You want to stay in the lane and always spend within your budget, but sometimes things come up and you have to spend outside of your lane. This is very relevant to me because I have a 15-year-old who just got her driver's permit, and we're having to practice and learn how to drive. So I'm very grateful for shoulders. Also, at Vital Retirement Planners, we believe that everybody should have a retirement plan that details a Social Security maximization plan, a tax plan, a budget. And if people find budgeting kind of a daunting task, and I know a lot of people do, we do have a free budget worksheet that's available on my website at vitalretirement.com.